Greetings, Nightcrawler here, hiker trash extraordinaire, and today I'm going to explain to you why thru hikers hate the AMC. Now, I do not speak for all thru hikers, I don't think that highly of myself, but I can give you my perspective of going through the AMC territory. I mean, I'm still in it at this point, but going through it twice, and how I feel on it, and I talked to a lot of hikers, and I see they feel pretty much the same way. Realize that by the time we get to AMC's territory, we've been doing our thing for a few thousand miles. We sleep for free most nights, unless we choose to pay for a hotel or whatnot. But while we're on the trail, there's shelters set up for us. There's camp spots along the way that are, not only designated, but sometimes just free campsites. Somebody else has flattened the spot for you, and you stay there. It's just easy peasy. Then you get to the whites. Everything changes. We've heard of the AMC. It's the Appalachian Money Club is what we call it. But I think they call it Mountain Club. But just my guessing, I don't know the inner workings of the place, but I see the huts they have and how full they are and how much they charge for them, because that's all online stuff. And then there's the cog bringing them up and whatnot. So I'm just guessing they make a couple $100,000 a day. I'm just guessing. And they put some of their money back into the other trails that lead up to these huts to make it so that the muggles can get up there nice and easy, but they do not invest in the AT at all. The AT is thin, it's narrow, it is not well kept at all. You can see the spots where like steps used to be, the wooden steps they put in, now they're just rebar sticking out of rocks. Sometimes they do tie a little pink ribbon on it, I guess, so like, hey, don't trip over it, which is ridiculous. But it's a conga line through there because it's well used. There's a lot of tourists that come through there just doing their day hikes between the huts. And, as much as the muggles annoy me, they are just a symptom to the problem. It's not their fault. It's the AMC's fault. You could make the trail twice as wide. You could give the hikers places to camp. See, we don't get places to camp out there anymore. We are forced into their hut system. And they do have a few campgrounds, but their campgrounds are freaking horrid. They do platforms, these wooden platforms that none of our tents go up on. There's nothing for hammocks. The campsites are just, they're horrible. There's just stumps all over the place where they just cut a bunch of trees down part way so that, they're not at risk of falling on anybody. Set up these things and they just let it sit. They're crap, and we are supposed to pay to sleep in these things. Then there's their hut system. Sometimes we're just forced inside of those stupid huts because there's no camps around, like the one before Mount Washington. When you get there, you have the choice, either stay there, or you got to go all the way over Washington, way down and way, way, way down, which is a whole day in itself, even for, experienced people. It's a rough day. So you got to stay there, but they don't want you there. So they put you in a dungeon if you were lucky. Last time I was there, I found out you can just, steal the beds, man. Go around and just check before you go to bed. And see some empty bunks and just crawl in. Nobody knows. I'm going to try doing it the whole next time I come through, but I digress. The best you get there is the frickin' dungeon, and that costs $10 to go sleep in a cold-ass cell underneath the thing. Oh, my God. I feel bad for the one girl that actually did that. I had my stuff down there, but when I realized there was empty bunks, I was like, screw this, man. But they force us there. None of us want to be there. We would love to have some sort of campsite or whatnot. AMC makes more than enough money to make campsites along the way. Maybe a couple shitters here and there. That wouldn't be a bad idea, because people shit on the trail. I'm down. It's the thru hikers. I have to assume it's the muggles, because, it is. But, people just randomly poo next to the trail through there because what else are you going to do when there's only, a place to shit once a day or so? There's so much wrong with the AMC. They're the only club out there that I've seen that has this level of hate. When I see signs that say AMC on them, it's our information on there. This is so many miles. That's so many miles. You're on this trail. The part where it says AMC is carved up, or fuck the AMC is written next to it. Things like that. I don't see that on any others anywhere else. And then to add insult to injury, they don't even call it the AT out there. First time I came through, it was not on there anywhere, and people had carved it into all the signs because they call it Little Jimmy's Fishing Trail is one of its names. Those are just weird little muggle names for the AT. So they at least did put signs on that has a parentheses and a little AT next to it, so we at least know what trail we're on now. Slight improvements. And they do have a new little hiker pass that if you go pay at one campsite, they give you a little thing. You get a free soup and 2 breads at the other huts, and now all other campsites are half off. Hey, man, at least you're going in the right direction a little bit, but that's a baby step. Plus, those huts don't actually have soup. They hate hikers. They will treat you with disdain. You are a third-class citizen at best while you're there. The hut yuppies are the first-class citizens. And then there's servants, who are the people that work there, and they get under my skin. The whole weird song and dancing. But anyway, I dislike those people too. Bunch of kids running these things, and then hikers are third class because we don't bring any money to them, so they don't want us there. But that is why I bitch about the AMC a lot in my videos. I try not to bitch about it too much, but when you're going through it and being treated like shit by people that, aren't even really people, man. They're just wallets. They make more than enough money to placate everybody. They just don't care. All right, that's my rant. Fuck you, AMC. Y'all have a great night.